Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. It is Sunday morning, and that means we bring on the TV star, Laura Morby. How you doing, Laura?
I'm doing great. I've missed being here. So
Yeah, you've been doing some amazing stuff. You were kind of between seasons on your great TV show. Obviously, if folks may not know this, you are pregnant, right? You're
yeah,
7 months or so into that. So you wanted to get a lot of stuff done. So I totally get it. You did a lot of road trips and all of that. And we are so happy to have you back.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, awesome. So, hey, there was actually a content provider out there that was talking about Opendoor and the fact that Opendoor's stock price collapsing means the real estate market is going to collapse, which I think is entirely comical because those two things are not connected. But given you are a top 1% agent in a market that is dominated by iBuyers, I
Yeah.
thought we should talk about Opendoor in Zillow with facts and maybe talk about, hey, could Opendoor or Zillow crash the Phoenix market or
Oh my
Maricopa
gosh.
County or anything of that nature? So what
Yeah.
are some numbers we have about Opendoor and Zillow, and we'll try to dig in after that.
Yeah. So Opendoor currently owns inside, Maricopa, Pinal County. They own about 2,500 properties.
Okay.
And right now, it looks like they are liquidating the majority of them. So they have 857 active, a ton more pending. And so that's, a huge portion of what they own. So they're obviously trying to get rid of them, which is fine. Right now we have 7,180 active properties for sale in
Wow.
Maricopa and Pinal County. So I to be honest, like, we still need that volume. And whether or not they're, selling for less than what they bought, they're going to lose money. I think the listing stuff is still great for us. We obviously we don't have a surplus of inventory.
Yeah, those are some pretty beefy numbers. I just want to make sure I
Yeah.
understood them right. So again, you're an agent, you're the top 1% agent. You were doing some data gathering for us. So right now, active listings are 7,180.
Yes.
You may not know this, but if you were to go back to like 2019, a normal market pre-pandemic, is 7,000 rough and tough? Is it 10,000? What would be kind of a average market, if we could think of that? Just experience, and a guess is fine.
So that's what's funny about this, is I almost feel like we're like, if I say what it should be, it's almost wrong, because number one, we're in the holidays, so there's less people shopping.
That's true.
And number two, we have a whole, if the buyers are still around from the summer that didn't get a house, our demand should be higher once January 1st rolls around and people start waking back up. Our demand should technically, in my opinion, still be higher, because interest rates are still low. There's still people that need houses, and there's people that were looking a year ago that still haven't bought. So if they're still in the market to buy a house, I would think that our need for inventory should be higher.
Right. Okay.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah, I absolutely. I think, again, I've been doing this a long time, and there's actually a subtlety in the market, because I do think interest rates will go up, Laura. And historically speaking, as interest rates go up, it actually pulls demand off the sidelines, right? Mom and dad who were looking in the summer, mom and dad got beat out. Now it's the winter, interest rates tick up. They're like, oh my God, we got to go before our payment goes up another $80 a month. So it's really a weird thing. So I do think you have a lot of demand still out there that's underserved. But still, I as a complete outsider that's never looked at Maricopa County or anything in Arizona, I got to tell you, one seller being 10% of the market's not normal. I think I can say that with pretty good confidence.
No, it definitely isn't. And to be honest, like, I think that maybe I have a more, I wouldn't say healthy, but more of a strange relationship on how I feel about Opendoor, because my husband Pace who was the original contractor that opened up their Phoenix market and helped them open up Dallas. And so he was there when they Phoenix was their first market. Phoenix was their first test market. And so Pace was a part of, those early planning meetings with the owners for construction strategy. Obviously, he wasn't in the room when they were meeting with, Wall Street funding and stuff like that. But I don't necessarily have a bad feeling about them. I know that's like everyone's so upset about, a lot of us in the industry, a lot of realtors have like this, like you almost look at them like they're a competition or they're trying to get rid of us. And yeah, they are, but also like the funny thing about Opendoor, you look at them really quickly and the office is full of licensed realtors. So like, even if you want to get rid of realtors, you still need to utilize realtors to do Opendoor's business model. So I think that there's a time and a place for iBuyers. I think there's a time and a place and a person, a seller for a cash buyer. And so I've never really looked at them like angrily or been threatened or upset by their existence. I almost look at it like, this is just a new part of technology. This is a new part of life, and we can exist side by side. And it was really interesting to also see their evolution, because when they first existed, they were doing these $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 renos. And they were competing with every other home flipper because they were actually doing stuff that other home flippers were doing.
Right.
And then as they changed their strategy, because again, they're learning, like Opendoor is a new business model. OfferPad followed shortly thereafter, and then Zillow got into the game. So this is all new territory, and they're trying to figure out what worked. And when at the end of when Pace was doing their construction, they switched all of his projects to just carpet paint. And you know, a lot of these needed way more than carpet and paint. And so
carpet and paint works in a ultra hot market like April. It doesn't work in a market like November.
No, and this was years ago. This was like 2016 that they started changing and just doing carpet paint. So it was something that then as an agent on the other side, where it's like, I was taking out a buyer to go look at 8 homes. And, you know, when they first started, I would 100% have Opendoor houses on my list to go see, because they were just as good as another home flippers. They were, you know, doing things that, you know, you could feel good taking your buyer and know that the water heater is not going to go out the first year, or in Arizona, the AC unit's not going to go out because they replaced it.
Right.
And then, you know, within like a year of them changing, none of my buyers wanted to look at Opendoor houses anymore, because you could just tell it was like old flooring and old cabinets, and just, you could just tell that they didn't look that great. And then, so you start to wonder, of course, there was so many conversations in our house, because at that time we started wholesaling and offering cash offers to distressed buyers. And, you know, we were competing against Opendoor and OfferPad a lot. And we were like, how in the world are they offering someone $10,000 under ARV? That doesn't make any sense. They're going to lose their shorts. And so we couldn't compete. Like, if anybody who was like, I want a cash offer from you, would also compare us to OfferPad or Opendoor, we were 100% losing out on that seller. And we looked at these offers that they were giving them, and we were like, that's ridiculous. We would never pay that. And so that doesn't make any sense business wise. So that was 2017. So we started noticing that they were making bad offers in 2017. And then you have to think like, we're not making offers like that because we're the ones who are financially responsible for that. And then you think about Opendoor, and they have a computer system that's generating these offers, and maybe, I hope, being overseen by an actual human being. And then you're just like, you can't replace like a business owner who, if you're offering to buy a house cash, you have to make sure that your numbers work, because this is like how you feed your family and pay your house payment. So we're totally different than a computer system and an office full of employees. And we noticed they were making mistakes in 2017, and I didn't know how much longer they could go. So, I mean, I'm not necessarily shocked. I'd be kind of sad for them if it was the end of Opendoor, because I feel like it should still exist. I mean, in a better way. I hope that they just sell and restructure and they get
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
and they change.
I did some research on Opendoor, and it looks like the last year or two, they've been paying roughly 98.6% of ARV. That
See, what's up with that?
you can't do, that's not even covering your commissions or
No.
transaction costs.
No. And this is also funny. I feel like I've had so many conversations about this behind closed doors, and I kind of feel bad. I'm not going to name names
No.
at all. But I worked for a guy who, well, I worked for a company that we were the main acquisition people for Invitation Homes. So like I've done these hedge fund things before, and I've seen the behind the scenes. And from that company, a lot of people ended up at iBuyers, and I'm not going to say who,
it's fine,
or whatever, but there were conversations that were had with them with like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And with one in particular that is in very hot water in the news in the last couple of months, I was told that this was a loss leader marketing attempt because they wanted to push their title company and they wanted to push their lender that was coming out. And it was going to be something to where they wanted to dominate the real estate space as a whole. So to be like this one-stop shop that you sell your house to us, you use our title company, and you use your lender to buy a new house. And I was told that in like 2017, like before they even started, like just the begin. It was so long ago. And then I remember being like, you're going to open up a lender, you're going to open up a title company. And so I was told that they were trying to get a really good reputation in Phoenix. Like we pay sellers such good money. Like if you're going to sell your house cash, you're going to sell your house to us. Like we're going to lose money on that because we want you to get we want such a good brand recognition that when we launch our title company, when we launch our lender, that is how we make our money. And
I know flippers in Phoenix that their entire business model was to sell to them on their exit because they would just overpay. When sellers know you as the guy that overpays, let me just tell you, that's not good.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
That's not good. When your reputation is you're the idiot in the room,
something's amiss.
Something's amiss.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Phoenix, right? So again, we're making assumptions. We've looked at a couple of data points. Your crystal ball is broken as mine. But again, we've got Opendoor at 2,558 homes. They have 857 actively listed, which is roughly 33% or a third. That appears to be more than normal. Could they, if let's just say for some reason that Opendoor exited Phoenix and they sell the initial 1,600 or whatever is left over, and they list them in the next 45 days, could that, that would be another 20% listings. Would that crush the Phoenix market if Opendoor left and just flooded the market with active listings?
To be honest, I don't think so, because I think that the demand is still there and there's still a need for housing.
Do they play in are they like selling between like 3 and 700? So their extra listings would dominate that section, or do they do all over the board?
They're all, I don't think that they own anything over $1 million. I'd have to look, but yeah, I think that they're around like $300,000 to $700,000 price point.
So if you take this, what did we say? 7,180 that are actively listed on the MLS. What percent of that do you think falls between the 3 and 700? Probably $5,000, because you have some millions yet.
Well, I wish I could actually look for you, but we were talking before this, and what's weird is when you search their brokerage on MLS, it's popping up with 0 listings.
But like if you were just to break that, just if you go to the MLS right now and just say how many homes over or under $1 million or under 700, could you do that?
It won't even let me search for their brokerage.
No, just not their brokerage. Like,
oh, okay, any of them.
Any of them. Like how many between 300 and 700 active listings or whatever we think. Just trying to do this in real time for you folks.
4,176.
Hey, look at that. Pretty good guess, right?
Yeah.
So that's a different problem, right? Now you're talking 50% of the market.
Yeah.
Right. If they were to throw those on the market at one time, that would be that that would certainly slow down prices, but once it's gone, right? They're not coming
Yeah.
back.
Well, that's the thing is like they own 2,500 homes, great,
Right.
but like, it's not like they own 100,000 homes here.
Yeah, no, once you sell them, they're sold, right? They're not adding anymore, right? Or
Yeah.
at least slowing down. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think if Opendoor left Phoenix, I'm not saying they are, I'm just saying if they pull a Zillow and they stop being iBuyers,
Mhm.
I think that would be that would lead to a burst of inventory.
Mhm.
You would have a month or 60 days of more selection.
Mhm.
Their best stuff would get sold, their bad remodels wouldn't. And then
That's what I was gonna say is like a lot of these, I mean, if they're not great, I mean,
they're not going to sell.
they're gonna sit. And then it's like, what kind of extras are they willing to do to get those off, So this
Yeah.
might be, 6 months of them just sitting there and then deciding, okay, we're gonna pull these, we're gonna do a little bit more work, and then we're gonna relist.
Yeah. Or
So-
it'll be like 2010, where every Monday they whack it 10 grand until it's gone. Remember those days?
I mean, actually, you're 100% right. That's actually probably what they would do.
Yeah, just every Monday, $10,000 on anything that's left, 10 grand. I remember I would watch it was 2010 all over again. So at
Or
the
they
end
might change their model and turn them into rentals too. Like
that's what I told Zillow. Again, that's what I told Zillow, right? Zillow,
Yeah.
you're an idiot. You overpaid. Now you're choosing to recognize a $500 million. Dude, $500 million.
Crazy.
Crazy. When you could
Yeah.
just sell them to Wall Street and become a landlord.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
nuts.
that's probably what I would do. I mean,
Well, it's certainly what I would do. It's like,
yeah, maybe they have them listed for what they need to exit at like a $0 loss or make a couple $1,000 or something.
yeah. So sell
And they're
those
gonna-
ones off and keep the rest. That's yeah.
I mean, I don't know. To be honest, again, I don't have any like terrible feelings about them. I
No.
hope, just because I saw their origins, I hope that, from a it's not like I was in any of those rooms. I'm not saying I was, but I feel like there is a pizza slice of the market that, serves that type of need that they, and I hope that they restructure and they figure it out and that they don't just disappear.
Yeah, no, well,
So-
I got to tell you, if you're paying 98.6% of ARV, you need to restructure. That's not a model that's going to win. That model wins in a very short window of a pandemic where there's no inventory, but after that's over, it's not going to win. So
yeah, it doesn't work. So
doesn't work. So Laura, how can people find you? And again, tell us about your TV show as we wrap the first session up.
Oh yeah, so we are finishing up our first season of Triple Digit Flip, which is on A&E at noon and Eastern time, but you can also catch it on Hulu. And we've got 2 more episodes left, so super excited. And we have our second season starting to film, so we should have some more episodes for everyone shortly. And you can find me on Instagram, Laura Morphy.
Yeah, do me a favor, follow her on Instagram. She puts out a lot of stuff and it just makes me smile. So we need to smile more these days. Thanks, Laura.
All right, thank you.